All right. So, since my last podcast, R. Kelly has been having a severely difficult time staying out of jail. Now, give people a quick recap just in case, anybody was living under a rock. The Surviving R. Kelly docuseries came out, which I still refuse to watch because, it's basically saying shit that pretty much was telling people, this dude is a child molester, Chester molester, ass nigga. He married Aaliyah like way back in 95. I'm like, bruh, what more evidence do you need? And then the videotape came out and, excuse me, he was, pretty much like, because of his money and his fame, and I guess he was hot then, he was able to beat the case. But now that he's cooled off, nobody's really playing his music. Now all of a sudden, like, it's cool to go after R. Kelly or whatever when he's been a child molester for like 20 years or more. Excuse me. So, February 22nd, he was actually charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. The charges alleged from that 1998 to 2010. Kelly sexually abused 4 females, 3 of whom were teens at the time. The evidence, including a videotape provided by Michael Evanetti, that allegedly depicts a new crime. So I guess since then, there's been 2 more alleged videotapes of him sexually assaulting underage teens came out. Then pretty much social media had the field day when he had the interview with Gayle King, I guess to try to sway public perception against him, try to come out with his side of the story or his defense, which I would have advised him as his lawyer to shut the fuck up, because it's not going to help you, bro. It's really not. And it didn't, because he's sitting up there trying to come off as he's the victim, crying, telling everybody to use their common sense. Like, bruh, nobody has to use their common sense when they see you on the videotape fucking little girls. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, bruh? So pretty much, social media took that, ran with it. I posted a couple memes. It's just absolutely hilarious, but it's not hilarious. It's not funny because of, the allegations and everything, but there's just his actions was just really, really, really funny as hell. I'm like, bro, even you don't believe this shit that you're trying to sell the public. So pretty much he had his interview with Gayle King, and then she interviewed, I guess 2 of his alleged girlfriends right now, and he was in the background. Gayle would ask them a couple certain questions. He would start making noises or questions that he didn't want them to answer. He would start making noises, he was basically interrupting the interview. So pretty much all right, so in between then, he was arrested. The one time, he was arrested one time, and one of his alleged fans put up $160,000, I believe. No, it was $100,000 to bail him out. And then as soon as he gets out of jail, he goes straight to the McDonald's where he was actually, stalking underage teenage girls. I'm like, bruh, how stupid can you be, bruh? Actually, he's not even really stupid. He comes off as a classic case of narcissism. He's a narcissist, and he just thinks that, I guess he won't get severely punished when you're facing severe punishment, dog, square in the face. And then so after he was bailed out, I believe it was 2 days later, he actually went back to jail for unpaid child support, which was in the form of $160,000. And then somebody else bailed him out for that, and he had to go to court for child support. So, it's just a really big mess with with R Kelly. I'm like, yo, can we just get all the shenanigans out of the way so we can actually get to the actual trial, to get this dude off the streets? Because, I mean, he's going to keep doing what he's going to do, you know, if he doesn't go to jail. Like, my opinion, like, with these sexual predators, these child molesters, you know, there's no helping these dudes. Like, they either got to get locked away or they got to get punished by death, man, because there's no rehabilitating them. Fuck all that, you know, do your time, then you got to register as a sex offender and all this and that. Like, these cats still be, you know, targeting little kids and everything like that, like, even when they're integrated back into society. So either lock their ass up for a long ass time or just give these motherfuckers a death penalty. That's what I think. But yeah, like R. Kelly, that's pretty much the news on him. And you know, I'm gonna keep everybody updated on this as the news comes out. But you know, that's just pretty much like my take on the whole situation. Lock his ass up for as long as you possibly can by the letter of the law. Just do that shit. So in other Chicago news, for another dumbass nigga out there, is Jussie Smollett. Today he pleaded not guilty in a Cook County court, you know, to 16 counts of disorderly conduct for allegedly staging a phony attack and claiming he was the victim of a hate crime. Now, I'm still trying to figure out his train of thought. Like, staging this attack, you know, this racial and homophobic attack, like, how is this supposed to get you more money on your show? Like, you know, how is this supposed to get you a raise on Empire? And from what I'm reading, they said the ratings actually tanked for the first time since Jussie Smollett's arrest for Empire. There's also rumors that it was actually supposed to, well, Fox is mulling, I guess, canceling the show altogether. So, I mean, instead of going to Lee Daniels, or I guess Fox, and trying to, you know, negotiate a raise like normal people do, like you do this hoax of an attack to try to get money. I mean, was it like, were you banking on people being sympathetic to you, and and they're like, oh, you should give him a raise? Like, I still don't, I'm trying to wrap my brain around this. Like, how was this supposed to get you a raise? I don't understand this at all. But, you know, he's facing some time, man. Like, just because of, like, you know, because of his actions, you know, he's free on $100,000 bond. And, you know, pretty much, even the two dudes who were involved in the attacks that they feel betrayed, I guess, by Smollett, because they're like, yo, he paid us this money to do it, and Smollett is just like still trying to maintain his innocence. So pretty much, I guess this is another case that's going to be in the public eye. So Chicago, you know, the judicial system has their work cut out for them. They got 2 high-profile cases, and we'll see how this shit, you know, pretty much plays out. But I think this dude is going to jail. I think he's going to prison. He might not do like the full 47 years I think he's supposed to get, but I think he's going to do some double-digit years, just so they can make an example out of his ass. But yeah, this definitely was not a smart move, and there's better ways to go ask your employer for a raise, because pretty much like he tried to use the 2 hot topics, you know, in this society right now, which is, you know, racism with the whole MAGA, you know, the Donald Trump and the Republicans, people, racists have been pretty much like more bold now since Donald Trump has been in office. They feel emboldened, like, yo, we could just come out and do some racist shit. But it was this one time that they actually didn't do it. So it's making the whole shit look bad. And yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. And like I said, that's like the R Kelly situation. I'll keep y'all abreast on this situation too. So yeah. So I actually want to switch it up and go to some album reviews for a quick second. 2 Chainz actually came out with his new album, Rapper Go to the League. And actually, this is probably the very first 2 Chainz album that I've actually sat down and listened to from front to back. And it's actually a really, really good album. It's actually his most thoughtful album that he's actually came out with. Everything wasn't about trapping and things of that nature, or making party songs, things that he was actually spitting like some real shit on this album. Now, in previous albums, and certain songs, like he was basically saying that he could actually give you that deep thought, like in the vein of like a Nas or a Jay, or give you some deep lyrics. But he was like, if I got gold teeth in my mouth and I got dreads and I'm from the South, people are not gonna really take me that serious. So that's why he actually just decides to stick to the trap, music, and make party songs, things of that nature. So, but this one he actually switched it up. And my favorite song off of the album is the collaboration that he did with Ariana Grande, Rule the World, which is basically like a love song. So, and the samples, A. Marie's Why Don't We Fall in Love, pretty much like NCAA. It's actually a good, it's actually a really good song. Mama Hit a Lick with Kendrick Lamar. That's actually a good song too. Like pretty much like the whole album is worth a listen. If you actually want to listen to some good music, I actually recommend this album. And I really don't fuck with 2 Chainz like that. Like I'll occasionally listen to a couple songs from him, but like not a whole album. And I actually recommend this album. Like yeah, that's all I can really say. Like I would give this album probably like 4.5 out of 5 stars. If I had to rank it, and then switching forward, one of my new favorite artists, his name is Euroz. He's out of Las Vegas, and I actually first got wind of his music when I was watching a Big Job video on YouTube, and he has a song called Need Me Some You, which Big Job used in one of his skits. And I was like, yo, who is this? Because it sampled, LL Cool J's Hey Lover, or if you want to go all the way back to the original, Michael Jackson's The Lady in My Life. He sampled, from there. So I was like, yo, who is this dude? I had to look him up on Apple Music, got into his discography, found out that he was coming out with a new album. It's called For What It's Worth. And that album came out, and I strongly recommend that album too. It gives you a mixture of, I guess, like some new trap beats mixed with like some hip hop joints too. And he actually sampled the beat from Lupe Fiasco's Hurt Me Soul, which is off his Food and Liquor album. And if anybody who knows me knows that Hurt Me Soul from Lupe is like one of my favorite fucking songs of all time. And pretty much he did the beat justice. Like, the bass is like a little bit different on there. but pretty much like he's actually spitting, some dope shit on there, and like the whole entire album is really good. So I suggest everybody go look up Euroz. Hopefully, he's on the rise, and pretty much, like just go check him out. And he has a really dope project, man. He has a really dope project. Yeah, so basically I'm going to wrap up this podcast. Just wanted to keep it short and brief, this one. So thank you for taking your time to check me out. And I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone listening. And yeah, I'll catch you next podcast. I'm not going to wait a whole month. I'm going to get back in there. I'm going to try to make these podcasts a little bit more frequently now. But yeah, thanks for rocking with your boy. Peace.